The biggest addiction in America is attention. We are addicted to attention. Easiest way to get attention is to be a victim. They're so racist, they're so racist. Some of the shit she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law shit. Cause she's complaining, I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? No, bro, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Cause even black people wanna know.
It started like any normal comedy special. Lights dimmed, cameras rolling, crowd already hyped to laugh and clip every moment online. Then Chris Rock walked onto that stage and completely changed the energy in the room. What happened next didn't feel like casual celebrity jokes anymore. It felt like a full-on public takedown, and Meghan Markle was suddenly right in the center of it all.
Holy shit. He said what?
Everybody trying to be a victim. Like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a nice lady, just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery?
There was no slow setup, no soft introduction, no maybe I shouldn't say this energy. Rock came in swinging immediately. Within seconds, he flipped Meghan's entire public image upside down.
And still going on complaining, acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these motherfuckers?
For years, she had been presented as the outsider trying to survive a powerful institution, someone confused by the pressure and attention surrounding royal life. But Rock shattered that image with one brutal routine that had the audience laughing while also looking at each other like, wait, he actually has a point. And honestly, the craziest part wasn't even the jokes themselves. It was the silence after them. Those few seconds where people stopped laughing and started processing what they had just heard.
Posting up pathetic pictures. This is me eating sushi. Like me. This is me 25 years ago when I was hot. Like me. Oh, it's fucking sad.
That awkward pause hit harder than the punchlines because you could literally feel the crowd realizing the entire narrative suddenly looked different. The room went from entertainment to full-on reality check in real time. For years, Meghan's image depended on one very specific story. The idea that she entered royal life completely unprepared, like a Hollywood actress walking into a fairy tale without understanding how intense things would become. It sounded emotional, dramatic, even inspiring at first. But Rock didn't treat it like a sensitive topic. He treated it like a storyline full of holes, and the audience reacted instantly. He compared her claims about not really understanding royal culture to a basketball player pretending they had never heard of the NBA before joining the league.
What the is she talking about? She didn't know. It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
The simplicity of that comparison is what made it explode online afterward. People laughed because it sounded ridiculous when framed that way. And suddenly, the carefully crafted image started cracking right in front of everybody. No complicated argument, no giant speech, just one sharp comparison that changed the mood completely. Because, let's be serious for a second, Meghan didn't randomly trip into royal life overnight. She spent years around Prince Harry, years learning the system, years preparing for that world while cameras followed every move. Rock basically said what many critics had already been hinting at online, except he said it louder, funnier, and in front of millions of viewers who couldn't ignore it anymore. That's what made the moment so powerful.
Hey, it's the husband formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job?
Oh, they had me driving for Uber Eats, but there were too many damn rules. Don't touch the food, don't taste the food, drive on the road.
I'm sorry, Rowdy Weddy.
Great comedy doesn't just get laughs, it changes public conversation overnight. One joke can suddenly make people question years of interviews, headlines, documentaries, and carefully managed appearances. And once that shift happens, it spreads fast. Social media grabbed onto the clips instantly. Commentary channels exploded. Memes started flying everywhere within hours. The wildest part? Meghan wasn't even there to respond. Not that it would have mattered much in that moment because the audience had already picked a side emotionally. Rock had turned the misunderstood outsider image into something people were now openly mocking online. After that special aired, the tone around Meghan felt noticeably colder, harsher, and way more skeptical than before. And that's why the fallout became such a disaster from a PR perspective.
That she was hunting for a man in England. She wanted wealth and she wanted fame, and she targeted Harry.
The f is she talking about? I didn't know. That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot.
A perfect celebrity roast doesn't just trend for one night and disappear. It sticks in people's heads. It changes how future interviews are viewed. It changes how headlines are written. It gives critics brand new material to repeat over and over again. What Chris Rock did in just a few minutes created a media storm that kept growing long after the audience stopped laughing. Just hours after Chris Rock dropped that special, the internet completely exploded.
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy f***ing Kaling.
Clips of his comments about Meghan Markle were suddenly everywhere. TikTok feeds were flooded with reaction videos, slowed down edits, and looping audience reactions from the crowd losing it in real time. Twitter users were reposting the same moments non-stop, while YouTube creators rushed out breakdown videos with giant red arrows, dramatic thumbnails, and titles acting like a celebrity disaster had just unfolded live on stage. And then the comedy world joined in hard. In Britain especially, comedians wasted absolutely no time. The jokes got sharper, colder, and way more personal in tone.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
The Duchess of Sussex shared a photo of herself cuddling her daughter on Instagram and a never-before-seen picture from her birth.
Meghan and Prince Harry were suddenly being described as public figures, trapped in contradictions, talking about stepping away from attention while still signing huge media deals and constantly staying in headlines. British comics delivered those lines with that dry, almost effortless sarcasm that hit even harder because you could tell the audience already understood every reference. Across the US, late-night hosts picked up the same energy almost immediately. One after another, they started poking fun at the documentaries, the interviews, the public statements, and especially the famous "we want privacy" narrative.
We want privacy! We want privacy! Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving twife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving twife has always wanted her privacy!
5 minutes later.
Who's filming this?
That line became comedy gold online because people kept repeating it alongside clips of interviews, podcasts, appearances, and high-profile projects. Every host added their own spin, but the message underneath was basically the same. The public wasn't buying the image anymore. And that's when things started getting dangerous from a PR angle. The jokes were no longer isolated. Different comedians on different shows in different countries were suddenly making almost identical observations without even coordinating. That's usually a sign the public narrative has shifted completely. Once everybody starts arriving at the same joke naturally, it means the perception has locked in hard.
Megan, you have been working so hard. Oh my God. You're probably the hardest worker in the world. I don't know anybody that's worked as hard as you. I don't know, I'm just doing my best.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
By the end of the week, Meghan's image online looked totally different from before. Instead of being discussed mainly as a misunderstood public figure or former actress navigating royal life, she had become one of the internet's favorite recurring celebrity topics. Every interview clip, every old quote, every awkward moment was being dragged back into public conversation and repackaged as content again. If Chris Rock started the fire, social media turned it into a full-blown avalanche. TikTok creators began remixing Meghan's interviews with sitcom laugh tracks, dramatic reaction cuts, and sarcastic voiceovers. Old clips from public appearances resurfaced overnight.
Best way to have a snack is to take the snack out of one bag and then move them into another bag and then label this new bag, even though this bag already has a label on it. Tap water!
Even harmless moments were suddenly being edited into memes with captions designed to make everything look exaggerated or overly polished. Some videos were pulling millions of views in hours because audiences couldn't stop sharing them. Twitter got especially ruthless. Users lined up screenshots, old headlines, public statements, and paparazzi photos side by side, trying to point out inconsistencies or awkward timing. The captions alone were doing huge numbers because people didn't even need long explanations anymore. The internet had already decided on the joke, and now everyone wanted to participate in it. Meanwhile, YouTube commentary channels were dissecting every expression, every pause, and every interview moment frame by frame like it was a reality show mystery.
I said H was H was accepted. H has been, H is, and H called me with H, and H was out, and with H.
Suddenly, Meghan wasn't being treated like a serious public figure anymore. Online, she was becoming more of a celebrity character people debated, mocked, and analyzed daily. And the biggest problem with internet culture is this: once memes take over, slowing them down becomes almost impossible. Before any response team could react, a new viral edit was already spreading everywhere. Every attempt to shift the conversation got buried under another wave of clips, jokes, and trending posts. By that point, late-night TV didn't even need creative setups anymore.
I don't know, Megs. I've tried every career there is. Prince, Hitler, maybe I'm just not qualified for anything.
That's not true. You're a great husband, a good-hearted man. You've got big, muscular teeth.
Thanks, Meg. And I guess now I'm qualified for this. Unemployment!
Meghan and Harry had officially become the easy celebrity reference audiences instantly recognized and reacted to. On Saturday Night Live, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle weren't portrayed like fearless rebels standing up to a powerful system. The show painted them as completely lost celebrities trying to navigate fame while cashing in on every headline possible. Harry came off looking confused and disconnected, while Meghan was portrayed as overly polished and obsessed with controlling the narrative around them. The sketches exaggerated everything, of course, but what made audiences laugh so hard was how close some of it felt to public perception already. And once late-night comedy locked onto that angle, it just kept getting bigger.
Another big revelation was that Meghan said that she and Harry actually got married 3 days before the royal wedding. Great, now I feel like a fool for waking up at 5 a.m. to watch two married people get married.
Jimmy Fallon focused heavily on the little details people online already found strange. Meghan talking about feeling emotionally connected before the royal wedding even officially happened. The endless personal stories shared publicly, and the couple turning everyday frustrations into dramatic headlines. Fallon's jokes landed because they played into conversations people were already having online, and audiences instantly understood every reference without needing explanations. Then even Stephen Colbert joined the pile-on, which surprised some viewers because he usually approaches celebrity topics with a softer touch.
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H. What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
But even he started slipping in lines that made the audience laugh, while also cringing at how accurate they sounded. That's when it became obvious the tone around Meghan and Harry had shifted across almost every corner of entertainment media. The thing about late-night comedy is repetition. Once a joke starts getting repeated across multiple shows, it slowly stops feeling like just comedy and starts shaping public opinion instead. The same themes kept appearing night after night: the media deals, the public interviews, the emotional storytelling, the expensive lifestyle mixed with complaints about public attention.
Prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough. You have to prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend. Or
Meghan Markle's sitting here talking about, like, yeah, I gotta prove that I'm pretty. And while she's a pretty woman sitting across from a bratwurst. Yes.
Eventually, audiences didn't even wait for punchlines anymore because they already knew where the jokes were heading. Within weeks, Meghan had become a permanent late-night topic. Not just controversial, not just trending, but a regular character in the comedy cycle itself. Every host had their version. Every monologue had at least one quick jab. And no matter how polished future interviews looked, the public now viewed everything through the lens those comedians created. Meanwhile, stand-up comics outside television got even harsher because they didn't have network rules limiting them.
Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me. What matters is what we have on the inside.
Club comics went straight into brutal territory, especially when discussing the Netflix documentary and Harry's memoir. Simon Brodkin mocked the documentary like it was one giant emotional advertisement designed to make viewers feel sorry for them, joking about the dramatic music, cinematic close-ups, and overly serious storytelling style. Other comedians focused on moments audiences already debated online, like stories involving royal traditions or awkward cultural misunderstandings. They framed those moments as overly dramatic reactions to situations many viewers considered normal or expected within royal life. Harry's memoir especially became easy material because comics kept highlighting deeply personal stories and turning them into jokes about privilege, celebrity isolation, and living inside a completely disconnected world.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
The nearest thing Meghan Markle ever had to a billion-dollar idea was marrying a prince.
But even then, Meghan remained the bigger focus of the comedy storm. Her carefully worded interviews and polished speeches became prime material for comedians who described them as sounding overly rehearsed or emotionally calculated. In comedy clubs, audiences reacted loudly because there's no polished TV environment there. The laughs are immediate, chaotic, and sometimes brutal, and thanks to social media, even random one-liners from tiny comedy clubs suddenly spread online overnight, giving millions of people fresh clips to repost and react to. Then came South Park, and that changed everything again. The worldwide privacy tour episode instantly exploded online because it condensed years of criticism into one sharp parody.
We want privacy! We want privacy! It's so quiet and empty here. If we moved her, then people would think we're really serious about wanting to be normal. It does seem perfect, doesn't it?
The animated versions of Meghan and Harry demanded privacy while constantly appearing in public, promoting projects, and flying around the world with cameras following them everywhere. The visual joke was so obvious that viewers didn't even need dialogue to understand it. Within hours, screenshots and clips from the episode were dominating social media feeds. What made that parody hit so hard was how simple it was. It took every contradiction critics had talked about for years and squeezed it into one fast, aggressive satire that people replayed endlessly online. Suddenly, phrases and images from the episode became part of internet culture itself.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Even Family Guy jumped in with quick throwaway jokes, suggesting the couple became famous for talking about themselves nonstop while collecting massive entertainment deals. The joke lasted only seconds, but online audiences clipped it instantly because by that point, the public already understood the entire setup immediately. An animated satire hits differently because once a cartoon turns someone into a recurring joke, that image sticks in pop culture for years. Once a public figure becomes a full-blown parody in pop culture, that version of them starts sticking harder than reality ever could. And that's exactly what happened to Meghan Markle after months of non-stop comedy sketches, viral clips, and animated mockery.
If I'm going to succeed in America, I need a lifestyle brand of creams and supplements. Gwyneth Paltrow has Goop, Kourtney Kardashian has Poosh, and Jamie Lee Curtis has Poogert. Now I've got mine, Meg Goo, celebrating the sexy earth goddess in all of us. Careful, Harry. I spilled some essential oils on the floor.
The issue wasn't just people laughing anymore. It became something much bigger. The jokes started shaping how millions of people viewed her every time her name appeared online or on TV. That's the real danger of becoming a caricature. Audiences stop separating the real person from the exaggerated version they've seen repeated over and over again. Once that happens, every future interview, speech, or appearance gets filtered through that comedic image automatically. By the time South Park finished its famous parody episode, Meghan and Prince Harry had become more than celebrity gossip topics.
You're complaining about your hard life, and you're so privileged. It's just so weird. It's ridiculous.
Today, Suits actress Meghan Markle married some unemployed dude who still lives with his grandma.
They had turned into symbols people instantly recognized and associated with certain public criticisms. And the hardest part for any celebrity is that cartoons never really disappear. Screenshots keep circulating, memes keep getting reposted, clips get recycled every few months whenever a new headline drops. Suddenly, the parody becomes part of the celebrity's permanent online identity, whether they like it or not. Then Bill Maher stepped into the conversation, and his approach felt completely different from the others. He wasn't relying on giant punchlines, outrageous impressions, or dramatic sketches. Instead, he came in with sharp commentary and blunt observations that made audiences pause instead of instantly laugh.
That you don't call another human being Your Highness?
Where other comedians focused on awkward interviews or viral moments, Maher focused on the bigger picture behind Meghan and Harry's entire public image. He questioned the balance between wanting privacy while staying heavily involved in public projects and media appearances. He talked about the tension between stepping away from royal life while still remaining deeply connected to royal branding and public fascination surrounding it. What made his commentary hit harder was the calm delivery. He framed it less like a celebrity scandal and more like a public strategy that kept creating confusion for audiences. According to Maher, the issue wasn't one bad interview or one controversial documentary. It was the constant mixed messaging that kept frustrating people watching from the outside. Then came the comparison everyone online started repeating afterward.
The woman who destroyed her in-laws' family, whose own family doesn't like her, whose the in-laws obviously don't like her, the public doesn't like her, she's stuck because she was an actress who became a real princess, who wants to be an actress again, but has to continue to pretend to be a real princess.
Maher contrasting Meghan and Harry's public complaints with the quiet public image of Queen Elizabeth II. He pointed out how the late Queen spent decades dealing with global attention and intense media coverage while rarely publicly reacting to criticism herself. That contrast alone sparked huge reactions online because it painted two completely different approaches to public life side by side. One image looked calm, traditional, and disciplined. The other looked emotionally open, media-heavy, and constantly engaged in public explanations. Whether audiences agreed or disagreed, the comparison got people talking everywhere. But Maher's biggest line wasn't even a joke. It was when he basically suggested that the public doesn't automatically owe endless sympathy to celebrity drama just because it's presented emotionally.
Look at that face. She's not happy.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard to be pretty. So your life is so hard. You're a fucking princess.
That comment landed hard because the audience didn't react with explosive laughter at first. Instead, there was this wave of nodding, quiet reactions, and uncomfortable agreement spreading through the room. By that point, Meghan's public image online had changed dramatically from where it started years earlier. What began as debates around royal life had evolved into endless memes, commentary videos, late-night segments, reaction threads, and viral punchlines spreading across every platform imaginable. The jokes outlasted the original headlines themselves.
Oh my God, that hat. Oh God, he's so hot. Look at him. Isn't Prince Harry? She bagged a fox.
And that's what makes comedy so powerful in celebrity culture. News stories fade, interviews get forgotten, public statements disappear. But once a celebrity becomes comedy shorthand for a certain image or reputation, escaping it becomes incredibly difficult. Every future appearance gets viewed through that lens automatically. Even when Meghan and Harry shifted attention toward charity projects, interviews, or new public initiatives, online audiences still connected everything back to the jokes that had dominated social media for months. Fair or unfair, the comedic image had already taken over public perception in a huge way, and rebuilding from that kind of cultural branding is one of the hardest things any celebrity can face.
And this is sweet. Meghan Markle said she has a finger they can use if they need.
The modern-day comedians had already delivered their verdict, and by that point, the damage to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry wasn't just about headlines anymore. The biggest problem was that the jokes had fully taken over public conversation, and once public opinion shifts through comedy and viral internet culture, reversing it becomes almost impossible. News cycles come and go, but punchlines stick around forever because people keep repeating them long after the original story fades away. That's what made this entire situation spiral so far beyond one comedy special or one celebrity roast. Chris Rock may have sparked the conversation, but the internet, late-night television, meme culture, and endless commentary channels turned it into something much bigger. Every public contradiction, every emotional interview, every attempt to reshape their image suddenly became fresh material for critics online. Fair or unfair, audiences had already started viewing everything through a much more skeptical lens, but the fallout didn't stop with internet jokes or viral clips.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
According to many commentators online, the bigger issue became the growing tension surrounding relationships and public connections that once gave Meghan and Harry strong support in elite circles. The criticism wasn't just coming from random social media users anymore. It started spreading into entertainment spaces, celebrity commentary, and mainstream discussions in a way that made the situation feel far more serious. And behind the scenes, reports and speculation about frustration surrounding the entire media storm only added more pressure. By this stage, the conversation had clearly moved beyond comedy alone. What started as celebrity satire had evolved into a full-scale public image crisis, with every new headline adding even more attention to the ongoing drama. Don't forget to subscribe to Crown Clash for the latest royal drama, chaos, and viral stories. New videos drop every single day, so you never miss the next big headline.